Thank you. Yeah. So, good afternoon. I want to I want to wait for the cybersecurity department of what force headquarters to join in. The cyber back force headquarters join in. Cyber from force headquarters join in. Tell me that you have joined in and so that I can start. Cyber, join in, because what I'm going to say, I think you need it. You need it, Cyber Workforce Headquarters. You need it. Join in so that you can record properly that this is what Tayari said. And I am saying this because there is this tendency that is coming into this country that we should not discuss certain issues. You want us only to say those things that you want to hear. Those are the only things that you want us to discuss. When certain issues, you don't want us to talk about them. You only want us to talk when we are praising PF. That is when you want us to talk. But that is not democracy. That is not democracy. We are citizens and we're supposed to express ourselves. So that cyber department, Wapa Force Headquarters, join in. Can you phone your cyber Wapa Force Headquarters to join in that Tayari is talking, so that they can hear it for themselves. I don't hide. I speak in openness, and I've decided to do a video so that you can have clear evidence. And I'm hoping that what I'm going to talk about here can help the future. What I'm going to talk about here can help the future. I don't want to be that person that whose conscience is bottled in a bottle. You put the conscience of a person, you put it in a bottle and you close it. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that person. I want to be that person that expresses myself. Not that I am always right. Sometimes I may be wrong. But at least allow me to express myself. This issue of trying to stop people from expressing themselves, it's not good. It's not democracy. And whatever law that you are bringing to stifle people is not a good law. And one philosopher said, a bad law must be defiled. One philosopher said, a bad law must be defiled because it's a bad law. It's not good to follow a good law. I'm here to express myself, and I'm giving my opinion. I'm giving my opinion about my country. I'll start by telling you to say, yes, I'm not very well. I can see somebody's already saying volume. I'm still recovering from COVID. And COVID, I can tell you, it's really bad. It breaks your body down. It eats you. It's like eating you whilst you are alive. You can actually see how your body is failing in a number of ways. Generally what you feel I don't know. I can't actually project. I can't actually shout. And I've just put the phone closer so that maybe you can hear me. So COVID is a very funny, virus. It works on your body. It destroys you whilst you are alive. Your mental faculty, first in the beginning, of course, it's okay. Sometimes, like now, I feel okay. But the body, it feels weak. The voice is just something different. Most of the times when I'm talking to people on the phone, they actually recognize, to say, what's wrong with your voice? Because COVID is just something really strange. However, I am recovering, but it is like a slow pace. You can't push it. You can't push it. Your body is just there, feeling weak, feeling, tired. That is how COVID has affected me, and I'm sure a lot of other people have been affected similarly. Of course, other people, it is worse off. And when I've been lying down in my bed, feeling, or when I'm trying to move around, the house, the way I feel my body, I actually sympathize with those that I see to be weak. My discussion today over President Edgar Lungu's wealth is actually motivated by the way I feel myself, the way I feel. And I keep asking myself to say, imagine if I was president, if I were a president, how would I operate? Feeling the way that I'm feeling, how would I operate? When these people are somehow like pushing you to go out there because they are giving this information to say, no, the president is okay. If I were a president, I'm sure there would have been people that would have been going out there and saying, no, Tayali is okay. Tayali is okay. And they would have even been taking pictures of me to say, Tayali is okay. Tayali is okay. Especially that I can even come out here and talk, on social media. I mean, I do actually, myself, I do even walk around. I do even some exercises. I am thinking to myself that if I were a president, people would have been busy bringing out this kind of information, positive information, that Tayali is okay. But the question is, am I okay? I am not okay. I am talking to you like this. I am not okay. It is, trying to brave some energy and come out and talk to people. Now, when I looked at President Edgar Lungu, the last time that he was at the funeral of Vaidini Mambirima, let's face it, let's be very, very honest with ourselves. The president looked frail. At least from my point of view, the president looked frail. And so I am not feeling well, and then I see another person. I'm looking on my TV, and I see this person. Even the way President Edgar Lungu sat throughout all that procession, you could see that the man was not so okay, at least from my bare eyes. From my naked eyes, I could see that the President Edgar Lungu was not really okay. This is what I saw. And if that's the crime, please come and take me. Arrest me for it. If that is a crime to say that, if that is a crime, come and arrest me for it. The president didn't look okay, at least from my naked eyes. And that, from, seeing President Edgar Lungu sitting in that chair, in that bench, until the whole process was done, and even him going to talk on that mic, his voice was not the voice that we know of President Edgar Lungu. At least from my point of view, and I'm holding that, I'm not a doctor, I'm telling you what I saw. I'm giving an account of what I saw and the opinion that I formulated after what I saw. There were many people in that church. Even Mama Esther Lungu was next to him. You could see that Mama Esther Lungu was okay, but the president was not looking good. Was not looking good. And we Zambians, we are burying our heads pretending that no, everything is okay. We are burying our heads that no, everything is okay. And we are even buying some cheap politics, some lies from some of these candiles coming out to say President Edgar Lungu is okay. According to me, what I saw, President Edgar Lungu is not okay. What I saw. If that is a crime to say, come and arrest me. I'm ready for it. Now, where are we coming? Let's look at where we are coming from. This situation is not a situation that we should take lightly. Zambians, this situation, we should not take it lightly. I want to insist that all well-meaning Zambians must be concerned with the appearance of President Edgar Lungu. They must be concerned. If we are going to bury our heads, we are not doing a favor to President Edgar Lungu, neither are we doing a favor to this country. I am not the enemy of President Edgar Lungu here. I am not the enemy of President Edgar Lungu here. I am speaking out of care, number one, for President Edgar Lungu himself. I'm speaking out of care for President Edgar Lungu himself, number one, because before President Edgar Lungu being president, he's a human being. He's a human being whom all of us must care for. We must care for him. Before he's President Edgar Lungu, before he's president, we must care for this individual called Edgar Chagwa Lungu. He is a human being who must be treated as a human being. If I want to rest because I'm not feeling well, if I want to rest because I'm not feeling well, why shouldn't I expect President Edgar Lungu to rest as well if he's not feeling well? The way I feel, I don't think I want anyone to drag me around to do anything. I don't want. I can't because I'm not feeling well. And if I feel like this, why should I be pushing President Edgar Lungu to be going around showing himself about? It is not human. So, me, I am speaking out of concern. I'm speaking out of concern. I'm not the enemy of President Edgar Lungu. The enemy of President Edgar Lungu are those who are hiding. Who are hiding the health of President Edgar Lungu. Those are the enemies. And we have seen these enemies even in the past. We have seen these enemies even in the past. Where we have coming from, we have lost 2 presidents. We have lost 2 presidents in very unclear circumstances. When President Mwanawasa was sick, there were people that were always coming out and saying, President Mwanawasa is okay. President Mwanawasa is okay. President Mwanawasa is okay. They dragged him left, right, and center to show that he's okay. Sata was busy saying, no, this man is not okay. And they were calling him names. That is a bad man for speaking on the health of the president. Of course, all our lives are in the hands of God. And we can't really tell for sure. Today I'm talking about President Edgar Lungu. I might be gone tomorrow and President Edgar Lungu will leave. It's not up to me. It's not in our hands. But that doesn't mean that we should not care. We should care. So, Pali Mwanawasa, they were the same way that you are seeing these Tuma statements coming up. They were there, those statements, saying, no, he's okay, he's okay, he's okay. And the man was being dragged left, right, and center. If you go back in the history, you will see that Levi Mwanawasa was still working, was still on the saddle, until the day that he died. Because people just wanted him to be there, to be out there and say he's okay. And yet the man was not okay. Dr. Simon Mitu was the physician of Levi Mwanawasa at that point in time. Dr. Simon Mitu, the current secretary to the cabinet and personal assistant of personal secretary of President Edgar Lungu, he was the physician at that point. I wish he would tell us a story of what was happening around Mwanawasa during that time before he died. He ended up dying outside the country. Poor man. He ended up dying outside the country. And he went out there, he was working until the man fell sick and he died. But we can't say that there is no history to the death of Levi Mwanawasa. There is a history. There is a history. The question that I ask is, what did these people do who were around Mwanawasa when Mwanawasa's health was failing? What did they do? Frankly speaking, I wish we could have an inquiry. I wish we could have an inquiry in the death of President Levi Mwanawasa. Because up to today, we don't know exactly how Mwanawasa died. We don't even know what he suffered from. What killed Mwanawasa? Do we know? We don't know. Because everything was shrouded in secrecy, until the man died on the job. Is that good? Who are the enemies of Levi Mwanawasa? Is it those who are saying, no, our president is not okay, or those who kept on pushing Mwanawasa to go on until the day that he died on the job? We had the similar situation with Michael Chilufasata. Michael Chilufasata was sick for some time. And there were people that were busy issuing statements. No, he's okay. No, he's okay. No, he's okay. No, he's okay. And when they had an opportunity, they even staged a meeting with the Chinese delegation. There was that Chinese delegation at State House. They brought that delegation just for them to show that, no, President Sata is okay. And still, even there, we could see that President Sata was not okay. And yet, whoever said, no, President Sata is not okay, he was admonished. He was threatened with arrest. Until he himself, President Sisata, went to Parliament and said it. He was open. He said, I've not been well, I'm sick. He said it. But surely, even that, you would wonder why they had to drag the poor man on the stairs of Parliament to take him to make that speech. Because that speech, that man at that point, that was not a man that you drag out to go and give that long speech. But because of the candiles around President Sata, they wanted to show that, no, he's okay, he's okay, he's okay. Until the poor man died on the saddle. We saw, you can't tell me, those of us who were there during the time of Mwanawasa, you can't tell me that we never saw Mwanawasa, that his health was failing. Those of us who were there, we can vividly remember seeing the health of President Mwanawasa failing. We saw it. We come to President Sata, we saw that his health was failing. But always there were people that were speaking on top of their voices and threatening others that no, he's okay, he's okay, he's okay. It is the same thing that we have now. The situation that we have now. We have this situation right now. We have it. We saw President Edgar Lungu speaking at the funeral of Mambirim. And they were busy spreading pictures, you know, to say, no, he's okay, he's okay, he's okay. That is not President Edgar Lungu that we know. And statements have started following. Statements have started following. No, President Edgar Lungu will resume his campaign. No, President Edgar Lungu is respecting the funeral. But this is the man that collapsed the other day. This is the man that collapsed the other day before the military. Before the military, he collapsed. And still, the Candiles, they are trying to downplay such a big thing, somebody collapsing like that, and you want to downplay it. For what? Why are you doing that? Who is the enemy between yourselves and myself? Who is the enemy of President Edgar Lungu? A man collapses and you want to downplay it. He appears, you can clearly see from the way he was sitting there, from the voice, you can clearly see that this man is not okay. And here you are making comments to say, no, you'll be arrested. You arrest me. Arrest me. Arrest me. My conscience is very clear. What I'm talking about, I am convinced about what I'm talking about. I saw what I saw. And look, when you talk about President Edgar Lungu, his health has not been an issue today. It has not started being an issue today. President Edgar Lungu himself, before he was even president, when people were, when he was asked on ZNBC, do you want to become president? When Michael Sata was sick, himself, President Edgar Lungu, back then, I think it is 2014, 2015, he said it, my health is not good. I don't want to be president because my health is not good. President Edgar Lungu himself said it at that time. When he became president, that issue has completely changed. But we saw him collapsing. I think that was 2016. He collapsed on Women's Day. And still people, want to play it. But I want to thank Amos Chanda and his friends at that time. They were more transparent than what we are seeing now. At that time, they were more transparent. The people that were around President Edgar Lungu, they were more transparent. He was checked in Maina Soko. They gave us a full account of how he was feeling and what he was suffering from, that he had that throat, whatever issue. At least that was good. Whenever President Edgar Lungu went for review, for medical checkups, they would come out. Amos Chanda and his group, at that point, at least they were more truthful than what we are seeing here. What we are seeing now, there is an attempt by people who are around President Edgar Lungu to hide the condition of President Edgar Lungu. That is not good. That is dangerous. It is not good, number one, for President Edgar Lungu himself. It is not good for this country. If you mean well for this country, you need to be transparent on the health of the president. There is nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong in a person falling sick. There is nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong, even a person who is chronically ill, declaring to people that I'm chronically ill, because being chronically ill doesn't mean that you don't have the mental capacity to run the country. We need to appreciate that we are human beings, weak. We are human beings, weak. And our health, it comes from God. It is not our making. I am not alive today because I want to be alive. No. I am alive because God has allowed me to be alive today. I've got COVID. Many other people have died of COVID. I would have died of COVID. And I'm talking today, I might die tomorrow of COVID. It is not up to me. So why do we want to make it like, you know, it is up to Edgar Lungu to be healthy or not healthy? Why not coming out honestly so that all of us can support President Edgar Lungu? If President Edgar Lungu, he will have the goodwill of the Zambian people. Zambian people are good. Zambian people are good. When you are not well, Zambian people will sympathize with you. Zambian people will sympathize with you. Zambian people will pray for you. That's how we are. That's who we are, Zambians. So why are you people around President Edgar Lungu wanting to start creating some secrecy here? Whose interest? Whose interest? It's not the interest of President Edgar Lungu. It's not. It's your interest. You are not serving President Edgar Lungu by hiding around that this man is not okay. You are not protecting Edgar Lungu. You are serving your own interests. You are serving your own interest. You are scared that when you say President Edgar Lungu is okay, your power and your influence, your benefits will be at risk. But you want to benefit. You are the ones, you are the enemies of President Edgar Lungu because you are benefiting on, you know, the weakness of this person. You come and arrest me if you want. You come and arrest me, but the enemies of President Edgar Lungu in this country, it's you. It's not me. It's not me. The way I saw President Edgar Lungu, the way I saw President Edgar Lungu in that funeral, if it were in my powers, I would have said, no, Your Excellency, you can't go for that funeral. But because you want to maintain this status quo, you pushed him to go. You pushed him to go for that funeral. And the man had to bear sitting there hours just to protect your interests. You are uncouth. You are not good people. You can't, from what I saw, you can't tell me, you can play that video again. You can't tell me that that man was comfortable. It's not comfortable. And that process, with due respect to the funeral of the Honorable Chief Justice, with due respect and the family, please don't misunderstand me. Don't misunderstand me. But that process, you could clearly see that it was too long for President Edgar Lungu for him to be there. It was too long. It was too long. And I am talking now. What has pushed me to talk? What has pushed me to talk is the imminent event that is coming of President Dr. Kenneth Kaunda. We are going to have another long process of a funeral. And I am talking because I want you people to consider how that event is going to be. The purpose of me talking, I'm appealing to you to consider how that event is going to be. Because this is another event whereby the president has to be there. And I'm sure you are now apprehensive to say, if President Edgar Lungu is not okay, is he going to manage to be there for the whole process? Is he going to... You are now apprehensive, I know. But I want to tell you that if President Edgar Lungu is as what we saw him in the last funeral of late Irene Mambilima, I want to appeal to you that please don't bring him out. Please don't stress him. All this presentation I'm talking about is number one to tell you that the funeral of President Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, our founding father, is coming. Please don't stress President Edgar Lungu if he's in the state that he was when he came out. Come out to the people, be transparent. There is no Zambian who is going to hate President Edgar Lungu that no, he's not feeling well, he can't stand the long hours of that funeral process. There is no Zambian who is going to hate him for that. There is no Zambian. So, if President Edgar Lungu is the way he was at that funeral, I am telling you, please don't bring him out. Don't force him to come out. Just be transparent. Just be transparent. Zambians will not hate President Edgar Lungu. Edgar Lungu will not lose votes by the fact that he's not feeling well. There is no one who is going to, he's not going to, no one is, he will not lose votes for it. He will not lose votes for it. So, I am preempting that event because I sat on the edge. I was watching from the bedroom. And I'm telling you, I went into prayers, praying for President Edgar Lungu, that event finish, event free. Because this is a man that has collapsed twice. And I saw he's looking weak, and I'm like, please God, let him just finish. When he went up to the podium to speak, I was praying, please God, let everything go well until it finished. When it finished, I was at peace. I am worried this time around because these statements that I've started hearing, these are dangerous statements when people don't want to accept that the man is not well. These are people that will push him out even when the man is not okay. Please consider the next events that are coming. Consider the wealth of the president before your own interest, before you try to prove a point. This is a human being that we are dealing with. And no matter how much you want him to be well, if God has not given him that health, he will not have it. You can inject him whatever injections, you can give him whatever capsules, whatever you want, you can give him, as many as you want. But only God can give him a good health. Your lies will not give him a good health. Your statements will not give him a good health. Be transparent. Let the people of God unite with him. Let the people of God pray for him than putting your lies first. You are not doing President Edgar Lungu a favor. You are not. You are not doing President Edgar Lungu a favor. You are not doing President Edgar Lungu a favor. You are killing him. I'm telling you, you are killing him by dragging him, forcing him to come out. You are killing him. Be honest, be sincere. Be sincere on that man. What I saw in my view with my naked eyes, I didn't see a healthy man. I didn't see the President Edgar Lungu I know from behind. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. So please consider this. Consider this. I know you want to protect your jobs. I know your jobs and your good life is dependent on President Edgar Lungu. It's President Edgar Lungu has appointed you, and if President Edgar Lungu is no more, then you lose your jobs. So you do everything possible to maintain that President Edgar Lungu is okay. But you don't have those jobs because of Edgar Lungu. You have those jobs because God has given you that. You don't have those jobs because of Edgar Lungu. You have that job because God has appointed you. If God wants, Edgar Lungu would be no more tomorrow and your jobs will be gone. Your jobs will be gone. No matter how much you try to protect, he can go. So, be sincere. Be sincere before the people of God. Be sincere before God. And your jobs will be protected. Your jobs will be protected. Your lies will not protect your jobs. Your lies will not protect your jobs. What will protect your jobs is the sincerity before people. Edgar Lungu is not there because of himself. Edgar Lungu is there because of God. Edgar Lungu never chose to be president. God put him there. He put him there. And then he appointed you to save the Zambian people. So if you think that you can manage, you can elude God, you will be sorry. Like we have seen in the past. Like we have seen in the past. Let us learn from the history. They say a country or a people that does not learn from history, they are likely going to repeat it. They will repeat it. To repeat the mistake. Come out of the mistakes of the past. And you know, we are privileged. This time around, we have Simon Miti, who was there, who has a hands-on experience. Can we do the right thing this time around? Be transparent on President Edgar Lungu's health. Be transparent. And let the people of this country rally behind him, pray with him. If he can't appear in any of these events, let's find alternative. President Edgar Lungu, if he's not okay, he can even address people from home. He can address people from home. Instead of him sitting in a bench, alternatively, President Edgar Lungu, like in that funeral, he would have sitting in the comfort of his home, feeling more relaxed, and at a time when he has to speak, you connect him electronically, and he addresses the mourners. You would have done that than lifting him up and putting him on a bench for hours. That was not good. Even this time around, if President Edgar Lungu is not comfortable, let him stay in Nkwazi house, in the comfort of his house, and at that time, cross over to State House. Let President Edgar Lungu address the mourners via, telecom. We can do that. And tell people he's not too well, he can't go through this process. Do that. Find alternatives. Find alternatives of doing this thing around. Don't repeat what you did this time around. Don't. And let me address now President Edgar Lungu himself. Let me address President Edgar Lungu himself. I know President Edgar Lungu will watch this. And I want to address President Edgar Lungu. I know I am not claiming to be all wise and everything. No, please. It is in humility that I address you, Your Excellency. It is in humility that I address you. My President, it's not that I hate you. I harbor no ill feeling against you. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. This address is not to embarrass you, but to appeal to you to be responsible of your health. Number one, to be responsible of your health. Yes, I know. I mean, all of us want to be president and everything. But we can never be presidents if we don't have life. So we need to preserve our own lives first. Please, President Edgar Lungu, preserve your life. Look at your life first of all. Look at your life. How do you feel? It's you who feel how your body is. We can all speculate, but inside you, Lungu, how do you feel, President? How do you feel? When you don't feel okay, President, when you don't feel okay, please don't push yourself. Please, Valungu, if you don't feel okay, please don't push yourself. Zambian people, those who love you, they will still love you even when you are sick. They will still love you. So please, don't push yourself. Even when you are at a function, twice, my president, you have fallen. Twice you have fallen. And I'm sure before you go down, I'm sure you have those tuma signs. The body gives us tuma signs to say things are not okay. Things are not okay. There's tuma signs that we get. We get those tuma signs in ourselves. The way I feel right now, there's no way I'm going to accept to go through a long process of whatever it is. I don't think I can. Because I can feel my body is not okay. So when you feel those tuma signs, please refrain. Please refrain. Just hold back. If you have gone out and you feel your body is failing, please don't drag yourself. You are the president. Tell whoever it is to say, I'm going, I have to go now. Why do you have to sit there until you fall down? Why? I'm sorry I have to be this blunt. Why do you wait? I'm sure you feel the body signs, but you still sit there until you have to go down. Whatever it is, you are the president. People of Zambia have voted for you. People of Zambia have given you the responsibility to govern this country. You are the president. Tell whoever it is, I have to go now. Tell whoever it is, I have to go now. Continue with whatever it is. You have got the powers to delegate to anyone around there, a government official. A government official to say, can you continue in my absence? Other than you sit there and when things go bad and then now these candiles start coming up, trying to cover up the thing, you start going there, trying to fish and whatever. That is not necessary. It is not necessary. Be transparent. Your presidency was given to you by God himself. Your presence was given to you by God. It is not up to those fishing rods, to those candiles who are around you. It's not up to them. They are nothing, those people. They are nothing. Look up to God. Look up to God. When you don't feel good, don't go there. When you are at an event, you don't feel okay, tell whoever it is, I am going home. Go home and rest. You didn't look good, President. I know there's no one who's going to tell you this, but you didn't look good. Watch that video. Watch it. Look at yourself. You were so restless. Even when you spoke, it was not, you could see that the man was really pushing yourself. Congratulations, you managed, but really it's not good. It's not good. So, please, Nampapa Tabalungu, if you don't feel well, no, Zambians, your presidency comes from God. Now, you haven't campaigned. During 2015, when you are fighting, how much campaign did you do? But you won the presidency. How much campaign did you do in 2015? But you won the presidency. So if people are dragging you, let's go out and campaign, and you're not feeling well, tell them, I can't go. And find other means. Go on video, talk to people. Find other means. Tell people that you're not feeling well. Zambians will not reject you because you are sick. No, Zambians are not like that. So Nampapa Tabalungu, the responsibility starts with you. The responsibility starts with you. Don't listen to these candiles who are protecting their jobs. Don't listen to them. If you're not feeling well, stay home. Stay home. Your mental faculty is okay. You know, it doesn't mean that all presidents must be physically, you know, sometimes, I mean, you can have a sickness here and there, but as long as your mental faculty is okay, you can discharge the responsibilities of presidency. So Balungu, this is for you. And I'm concluding to those other people who somehow celebrate the sickness of another person. There is this tendency, some people who are, you know, so selfish politically. They're so selfish politically. They think that when somebody is sick, and if he dies, maybe they'll get the opportunity. It doesn't work out like that. It doesn't work out like that. Yes, the misfortune of somebody can be your opportunity, but unfortunately, everything comes from God. So there are some of you who think that because President Edgar Lungu is sick, and you are even looking to say, if he dies, then I get this opportunity. It doesn't work out like that. It doesn't work out like that. Leadership comes from God. Leadership comes from God. President Edgar Lungu might die today. I can assure you, among all of you, all the presidential candidates who are there, it is not automatic that one of you would become president. You would be shocked somebody else who is not even on the ballot now, would emerge as president. Zambia is one of those countries where you can't really tell who is going to be president. This is where the mystery of God is when you talk about our country. The mystery of God is in that in the history of our country, Zambians have never predicted who is going to be president. They have never predicted. Kaunda was not the forerunner. If you go there, was not the front runner. The front runner was Nkumbula, the Ankh president. He was the man that was known. Kaunda came in later, much later. When he came in, you know, in the liberation struggle, Kaunda came in later. Even UNIP was not started by Kaunda. UNIP was not started by Kaunda. But at the end of the day, it's Kaunda that led this country. To the surprise of many, if you ask the colonial masters at that point, I don't think they thought Kaunda would be the first president. I'm sure they were looking at people like, you know, Hari Nkumbula, Navena Mainza Chona. Those were the people, they were the big guys. Kaunda was a small boy coming from Chinsadi to come and join the liberation struggle. From there, when you look at Chiluba, MMD was not started by Chiluba. MMD was not started by Chiluba. Ask him, Bikusita Lewanika, he's still alive. He will tell you. When they had their first meeting, Chiluba was not even there when these people were coming up with, you know, MMD. Chiluba was not even there. He came in later. And is the man that became president. Mwanawasa. Michael Sata thought he was going to be the president after Chiluba. Surprise, surprise, it was Mwanawasa who came in. A man who had even retired from politics. A man who had even retired from... When Mwanawasa died, nobody could have ever thought that before, during the time of Mwanawasa, no one could have ever thought Arabi would be president. No one could have ever thought. But this man, you know, Dr. Nevas Mumba, he was the man who was all over. The vice president. He was the vice president. He was the man who thought God has chosen him and he was going to take over from Mwanawasa. He was all over. He was all over. He saw it within, you know, close range that I'm going to be president. Unfortunately, I mean, he was out. A man who was from nowhere, who had retired from politics, Arabi was brought in, and is the man that became president. Michael Chilufya Sata is the only man that you can say, okay, he worked through it, for it. He worked so hard for it until he became president. He worked so hard for it, yes. But how long did he live? 3 years. 3 years. This is the only man that fought so hard to become president and became president. But he only lived for 3 years as president. And we now have this Edgar Lungu, who, I mean, nobody thought Edgar Lungu would be president. Nobody thought, not even himself. Abena winter kabimba, abena kashimba kambwira wale wata this time around. These are the people who thought they will have it. But all of them put aside. Edgar Lungu became president. And now Edgar Lungu wants to behave as if his presidency is up to his hands. No, it's not up to you, President Edgar Lungu. It's not up to you. It's up to God. Look up to God. Even after you, we can't completely tell. Yes, there are all these people, they are frontrunners, they are only God knows who's going to lead this country. Only God knows. And that's why for me, I don't lose sleep. I don't lose sleep over political powers. I don't lose sleep because some of you are saying, no, we will not vote for you as mayor. We will not vote for you as mayor. I don't lose sleep. I don't lose sleep over political positions because I know that leadership comes from God. I will be mayor when God will decide to put me there as mayor. If it is this time around, no matter, you can say we will not vote for you, you'll be shocked where votes will come from. You'll be shocked where votes will come from and I'll be mayor. But if it is not God's time, I will not be mayor. Leadership comes from God. I don't lose sleep over political power. I don't. President Edgar Lungu, please look after yourself. Bakandile, you are around President Edgar Lungu. It is not Edgar Lungu who is keeping your jobs. It is God. Look up to God. And to look up to God, you need to be truthful before the people of God. Be truthful before the people of God. Stop lying. Stop lying. Stop. You'll be embarrassed. Look up to God and be honest with the people of God. The people of God that God himself has put Edgar Lungu there to lead. He's there to lead us because God has put him there. So be truthful to the people of God. If you are going to continue lying, being crooked, you'll be sorry. You'll be sorry. Very soon you'll be out of your jobs. Because the person that you are trying to lie about, God might have his own other plans. The funeral of Kaunda is coming. Please, please, consider President Edgar Lungu's health in everything that you are doing. And some of you, masters of ceremony, I was not happy with that man, you know, from Judicial Complaint Commission. That man from Judicial, when you are given a platform like that, don't take too much time. You even make people stand up. Let's sing. I was not happy with that man from Judicial Complaint Commission. Stick to what you are given. Stick to the time that you are given. If you can do less, even better. Even better. You people who are supposed to preach on these big functions, preach within a short time. You can, you know, you don't have to show that you are a good preacher by speaking too long. Speak within a short time, because not everyone can be able to sustain himself or herself through all that. Please stick to the program. The army, please maintain the time when you are doing those functions, because not everyone is able to be there. These are difficult times when people are sick. It may not be the president, it might be somebody else there who has to be there, and this person is taking too long. Let's make our programs very, very short. Let's make our programs very, very short. Our programs at most should be 1 hour, 30 minutes. But if you can do it within 1 hour, I think that is good. These are difficult times. Let's make them within an hour. The longest it should go, 1 hour, 30 minutes. People are done. You can do it. I'm coming from the public, from the church. I know 1 hour is long enough. 1 hour is long enough to conduct a service and everything done, and you're done. If it is to be long, 1 hour, 30 minutes. Don't stretch them. Don't overstretch them. These are difficult times. These are difficult times. These are not times for people to be sitting there and listening to you for a long time. You even make people stand up and whatever. No. I'm not going to conduct it. That man from Judicial Complaint Commission, that behavior is not acceptable. I know no one is going to tell you, but please, those of you who know him, I don't know his name, I've forgotten his name, tell him that he shouldn't conduct himself like that. And others should learn not to conduct themselves out of the program like that, stretching the program. This is what I wanted to say. It is in preparation for future of events that are coming where President Edgar Lungu has to feature. I am praying that those people will look into this. I've spoken my mind. If I've committed a crime, come and pick me. I'm ready for you. Bye.